Okay. Get into it.
And welcome to The Source on the internet. My name is Andrew Miller.
And my name is Aaron McWhorter.
And thank you for joining us today on the Underground 6. One of probably our final few that we're going to be doing because developments have been made and you'll hear all about them throughout the course of this podcast. However, we do need to say we're sorry for not putting up our podcast as we promised on Monday. A big part of that was due to this man here who likes to sleep, apparently.
No, I had pulled an all-nighter doing a whole lot of catch-up work on stuff that I should have got done earlier, so...
Yeah. But he did
I
get a nice new
apologize.
haircut, if you notice.
No.
It's a piecier cut.
Yeah, no more hair coming out here now.
But
It's
look
all
at me,
cut
I
here.
ran out of razor blades.
And I shaved.
Ooh.
I mean, you can't tell. I mean, but I shaved.
Aaron, we are just so awesome.
I know. But Andy, we're so full of ourselves.
I know,
sometimes.
we are.
Apparently, that's why we're doing this whole podcast.
Yeah,
Because
apparently so.
we're just so full of ourselves.
I know. But we need to remind people that, the reason why we did all this was A, to get our show back, and that is very selfish, but also to raise awareness about censorship and individual rights on campuses all over the country and Edinburgh University. This is very much not about us.
No.
It's about you people. All right, as much as it's about us. And I hope that we're all in this together. And seeing that we have over 270 people on the Facebook group, which we'll put up here, I would say that, or here?
That way.
Here. That this is more than just about two guys from Edinburgh that had their show taken away. So please humble us and,
Join the group.
join the group. Now, what we needed to talk about today, Aaron, was a little bit about censorship. But before we get to that, I wanted to show our people this. What was that?
Show them.
Whoa. And this is our letter. Now, I'm not going to read it to y'all because there's not much in it, but we did get the letter, and it does say that we are suspended, and it does leave room for an appeal. So we're hopefully going to be appealing this very shortly. And we actually have a meeting set up for tomorrow to appeal it with our general manager of WFSC, and hopefully we can get back on the air because there has been such overwhelming support. And speaking of that,
Check this out.
we look like two convicts.
Yeah, that's
I'd
one of
say.
the worst
So-
pictures of me, I think, where is it? Right there, that I've ever seen.
So-
I hate that picture.
But it's pretty nice that the Spectator ran us on the front page. It's showing that the student body of Edinburgh actually care about this issue. And hopefully it'll be resolved as soon as possible. If we can get some of our suspension days knocked down, that would be a great success and a victory for the future of our show and the future of student rights at Edinburgh. So this is a really good article. I encourage anyone at Edinburgh to go run and pick up a copy of the Spectator. Check it out. There's a lot of good stuff in there about Gering Health Center. There's an article on Model UN, which just won third place honorable mention at their last conference. So good for them.
NATO and the UN.
Yeah. We were
ass this year.
We were in Model NATO and we got some accolades, so it's good to see that Model UN was getting the same kind of praise as well. So go check out your latest issue of The Spectator and draw mustaches on our photos because I apparently
or do something on them. Of course, if you draw a mustache on my photo, that's the most facial hair I'll ever have.
probably so.
Ever. So
But so we got our letter, people. We're in the newspaper. The word is getting out about our story. Professors are showing about this kind of stuff in class. So if you're sitting there in your desk and your professor's showing this to you, hello, my
Yes.
name is Andrew Miller, and this is
Aaron McWhorter.
Aaron McWhorter. Yeah.
Okay.
So some people might ask, well, what is this all about? And frankly, the reason why we're doing this is because we got kicked off our radio show for running a 6-minute parody, as if we were interviewing the student government president of SGA, or of Edinburgh University, and that's pretty much the short of it. And I guess the main argument is, well, we weren't being professional, and what if someone was to tune in during it and heard the interview? And frankly, we had disclaimers running, and you can't run your disclaimer every 30 seconds. It's impossible.
It would break the flow somewhat of your show.
A little bit. And there was a guy doing the interview. It was a guy doing the voice of our student government president.
We were laughing in the background, and it was
Yeah.
obviously a fake parodies.
And we're not saying that we're in the wrong for this by any means. We're not going to write a letter of apology to someone that is a public figure that we satirized. We were within legal limits. We were in legal rights. We didn't break any FCC rules or regulations. So this suspension is completely unwarranted in our opinion. But at least our WFSC manager has owned up to administering the suspension. He's told us, it was me by signing that, and we're happy for that, because before it was kind of just ambiguous. We didn't know who did it. The thing I wanted to talk to you about, though, today, Aaron, is a little bit on censorship, and that was our key topic that we were going to talk about for yesterday, but we did a little bit more digging and fact-finding, and we found out that censorship is not that prominent at Edinburgh University. This event singularly is pretty big, but there was an issue of the Spectator that ran out, which is our school newspaper, which there was a lot of speculation on whether or not it was being censored, because a whole bunch of these went out to Centennial Hall where they sit, and there was an article printed in it about Gehring Health Center, and all the issues disappeared. Apparently, there was speculation that it came down from Reader Hall, but upon further investigation, we found out that it was actually the managers and the editors of the newspaper who took the issues back because they didn't want to put out a newspaper that had false information in it. So, there's a lot of speculation going on around about that, but we want to try and bring some of that to light and say that it might not be.
And some people say that, well, was there really false information? Well, we can't verify that.
Yeah,
so
and
it's not our job.
We don't know.
I don't want to go in there and spread some conspiracy theory stuff.
Yeah.
We're just telling you what we've heard
Exactly.
and what we know, because I don't like spreading things that may or may not be true.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, the story I wanted to talk about, though, to fill in our censorship discussion for our last 2 minutes of air here, is Amazon.com is probably the biggest internet outlet for anything you could ever want: movies, DVDs,
Books.
music, books. But when you put in something into the search drive that might have gay or lesbian material or connotations with it, it will go to the adult section. Any gay or lesbian stuff. So if you have a child's book that says "The Boy with Two Moms" or the Boy with Two Dads, that would go into the adult reading section. And if Amazon.com is doing this, there's a whole bunch of moral and ethical implications in there that I don't agree with whatsoever. Now, to cover their own asses, Amazon.com is saying that this is a glitch in the system or was done by some sort of hacker. I mean, what do you think about this?
Well, like I said, we just got done saying that we don't want to speculate about some people covering their own asses or some conspiracy cover-up kind of a thing. So, I mean, you don't just want to take them at their word, but you want to be. I would say you don't want to buy into any conspiracy or any that kind of stuff. You just want to be skeptical.
And according to AfterEllen.com, this is coming from Amazon.com, which they're calling it a glitch with our sales rank feature that is currently being fixed. And now, as of yesterday, that went to a hacker going in there and actually doing this. But why anyone would want to do that beats me. I mean, I'm a very accepting person, as is Aaron.
I don't know. Like I said, it may be that they were just doing that and they didn't realize it'd be a backlash, or like we said, the whole thing with our Spectator newspaper.
It's like with our show.
Did someone want to silence free speech, or was it an actual mistake?
But it's like with our show. I mean, I don't think the people that took us off the air were expecting a backlash.
No, but I mean, what's funny is that
our quote unquote viral.
But what's funny is that, really, they weren't. We were a political show. They weren't expecting us to just take this? I mean, did they think that we would just go, okay.
Oh, yeah,
we're a political talk show, satire show as well.
Yeah.
We weren't just going to take this lying down.
No.
So what's funny is that if they
we talked about individual rights.
If the whole semester is nothing about, civil liberties and individual rights. They honestly thought we weren't going to say anything about this? Come on. I think it was just bad judgment. That's all.
Yeah. And we're not trying to say that we're all high and mighty or we have the best show on the air or anything.
No, not by any means, but it's like if they thought that we were just going to take this. No.
Yeah. And that's the ultimate lesson in this, and this is why these videos are going to stay on the internet, to serve a purpose and to serve a reminder that when your rights are being taken away or you think your rights are being violated, stand up for them and fight.
Yeah, this is a documentation of that.
And with that being said, Aaron?
Andy?
It's been a pleasure.
As always.